Hello everyone. In this video, I want to show you how to create random numbers. Now, creating random numbers is quite important because there are a lot of use cases where you maybe just want to create a dummy list of numbers to be able to run a simulation or to showcase a formula to something. Maybe you want to do some interpolation or extrapolation. And again, random numbers is really important. Let's see how to do that. Now, one option is to simply write rand. Now, this is a zero argument function. So the moment I write a rand, it essentially, once I convert this into a number, you notice it essentially gives me a number between 0 and 1, like this. Now, do keep in mind that any type of random function that I'll be showing you is a volatile function. So every time I press enter or I perform an operation, the results will change. That is supposed to happen. If you want to keep the results fixed, then you can do a copy paste special value. Now we also have a rand between, which allows us to define the bottom and the top number. So maybe I want to say 100 and 200. And once I do this, it essentially gives me a number between 100 and 200, like this. And the final one we have is called rand array, which is a little more sophisticated. So here we have the option of defining the number of rows, columns, min, max, and an integer onward. For example, if I say 5 rows and 5 columns, and I define my min as 10, max as 20, and I choose my integer as true, it's going to give me this. Let me show the formula to everyone. That's better. And this is, of course, an array formula because you're getting a series of values with one single formula. And if we change this last part into a false, it gives me a decimal value. So you get that level of control with you. So very simple, nothing really much to tell you. Word of advice, don't use a rand of any sort inside another formula because remember, it's going to be volatile. And in most cases, that is not what you want to do. It is used typically to just create the numbers, copy paste special value, and you get a ready-made list of numbers with you. One more point I would like to mention is that if you're trying to do a calculation on the lines of, let's say, an average or a standard deviation, this might not really be a very good approach. The reason is that when I say that the scores are between 100 and 200, if I had a real data set with me, it could be skewed anyway, right? Maybe there were more small numbers or more large numbers. It could be a normal distribution, or it could just be an arbitrary distribution. But the problem with rand between is that it ends up showing me essentially a very normalized data, which means that it will more or less have a proper curve where there are smaller numbers, numbers in the middle, and larger numbers as well. So just keep that in mind that if you want a truly random list, you have to search for a different approach. The rand between maybe on its own might not be what you want.